today I'm going to get some water, and I love going on my little hike to get it. I've got a 6-litre bottle that I'm going to fill up, and I love filling it up because I just watch money flow into it. If you go to the supermarkets in England, I think water might be £1. Maybe if you go to Marks and Spencer's, £2. And what's in that water? The water's dead. It's come out of a machine. Water's got memory. It's taking your memories of the machine and the processing. I like my water coming from the earth. I feel better. When I drink it, I feel as if I'm consuming memory. I feel as if I'm consuming minerals. I feel my feeling drinking water that I've got, that I know where it's come from, that has come out from a water source that I know is pure, makes me feel good. When I'm drinking my teas, it makes me feel good. Not many people know it's there. People walk past it, they don't want to know about it, and they'd rather go to the shop and spend money than just take it from where it is in front of them. For me, I feel sad because I used to be one of those people. I used to be someone that would prefer to go to the shop rather than to take water from the ground, which is free, which is better for you, which actually creates a connection with you and the world and the nature around you, which makes you feel proud of yourself. I had been one of those people that had been programmed and trained to think that nature is dirty. Drinking water from an unknown source can be, but if the water's dirty, it's probably most likely because farmers are putting chemicals on the crops. That's us that have made nature dirty. It's not nature that's dirty in herself. And there's this programming to keep us away from nature, push us into the cities, make the cities smart, make them addictive, take nature out of our lives so that we rely on the new ideas and ideologies which have filled up the void of the missing nature with drugs, videos. And that gets passed on to the next generation and next generation, next generation. It's a prison. These programs that we have in our brains, they're algorithms, they're computer programs. You can adopt them, download them, get rid of them, update them. And these programs, they're like spells. If you do a spell on someone, a magical spell, you make them do things that you want. You make outcomes happen that you want. And if you download or you create a program for people to download and they start to act how it is that you want, that's a spell. Social media, Facebook, porn, these are all spells that when we interact with, we get infected by, and our behavior starts to change. Magic and science are the same thing. Just because you can't see magic doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you can't see air doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you can't see aliens doesn't mean it doesn't exist. A lot of people believe in a lot of things they've never seen, like Jesus, God, and the Virgin Mary. Things that have been told to them in books that they've got no way of proving, but somehow the programs that exist in those religions, those people take on and believe they are true to such a point they'll kill for it or die for it.
Jesus loved you. He gave his life on the cross for you.
Programming is a very important thing for the global plan, and as a human you need to have the ability to defend yourself. How do you defend from a program? Well, you really need to be responsible for your own programming, and that involves you doing your own education. That involves you understanding what education is, and I promise you it doesn't come from school. School is part of the program. Sit down, stand up, change class when the bell goes, go to lunch when we tell you, be here at this time, wear this uniform, respect the teacher. The teacher calls you by your first name, you call the teacher sir. When you're in trouble, you go to the headmaster. The headmaster is the judge, the jury, and the punisher. They have complete and utter control over your life, and when you allow that to happen and you grow up, you are then programmed to allow other people to have control over your life, like the police, like fire people, like the government, like the military. You give up your freedoms. School is there to teach you to give up your freedom. It's there to download a program into your head. If you're listening to this video while you're in school, you need to educate yourself outside of the school. Where does education exist? Education exists in YouTube. You can listen to a lot of videos to get alternate ideas of how the world really is. What videos are those? Well, part of education is searching. Part of education is being able to find education. Part of education is knowing what questions to ask and where to look. It's not just about getting answers, because it's a path. Education is a spiritual path, and it's a process. And education doesn't finish at 18 or 21. Education needs to go on for your entire life. And that's the other problem with university and school. Leave school hating it so much, you might not want to be educated anymore. You might actually rebel against education, which is rebelling against your ability to connect with the spiritual path and walk down it, and to better yourself. And if you're a Hindu or a Buddhist, then you'll understand that, you know, if you don't sort your life out, you get reincarnated. So part of the educational process is to stop getting reincarnated, is to learn the lessons. It's to create a program for you to see the world how it really is. And the programs that you have installed in you by society make you see the world in a way that it not is. So the world essentially lies to you, or you create programs that allow the world to lie to you. And that's called an illusion. The world is not real. The world is made up from your mind. The world is a hologram. The world is a hallucination. Other people do not see the same things that you do, because their personalities have different emotions to the same data.